Hey there, welcome back. Just like I said in part 2, the video was a little bit too long, so I'm making part 3 to finish up the axle flip and put the wheels and tires back on. So let me come get you guys out of the cold and we'll get back into it. Okay, so it's been overnight. I've used penetrating oil on the nuts and bolts for the U-bolts here, as well as the nuts connecting the leaf spring to the mounting brackets and the shackles. So it should be a lot easier to go ahead and get these nuts off, go ahead and flip this axle back onto top of the leaf spring. So I'm going to lose a little bit of height and a little bit of clearance, but it's going to be at a more comfortable height, and it's going to allow me to get this camper in and out of my garage with the new awning that is slightly higher than the old awning. So let's go ahead and get into it by getting these U-bolts off on both sides, dropping the axle. So let's go ahead and get into it. Fortunately, there's no clearance for an impact here on the U-bolt, so everything's basically going to be by hand. When in doubt, cut it out. All right, so I'm gonna take a break and do the same stuff on the other side. All right, so instead of unbolting the leaf spring, I am able to just push this around and lift it up into place, which is nice. Just do a little bit to get the other side in.
This is the hardest work I've done all day.
Nice. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Alright. Off the jack.
Buddy, don't move at all.
Didn't?
No.
Alright, good. Do some bounces on it. Alright. Let me give it a little bit more raise, and I'm going to pop on the back and I'll let you do some bounces. Cool. That should.
Wiener.
She should. Wiener. What is it? 6 inches?
I just.
Alright, have a seat.
Yes, sir.
Do some plopping.
Yep.
Okay, so the fender's coming off. We're going to do the hub, get everything finished up here. I think I'm going to take this diamond plate off just to see what's behind this. I already did the other side. It kind of leaked through some of the holes, and I'm thinking it's just raining. It's getting behind the diamond plate and water's just kind of sitting there. So I'm taking this off on this side, and we'll see what it looks like over here too. But let's get started. Take this fender off first. So every 2 U-bolts up and over the axle. Your 4 nuts. I'm gonna hand start these. Start from opposite ends, just Couple turns here, so you're not kinking one side versus the other. You're gonna get these relatively tight before we torque them down. So the box says anywhere between 45 and 75 foot-pounds. So I have my torque wrench set at 60 foot-pounds. Okay. All right, so we're torqued there. Get the hub a little cleaned real fast. Keep all the grit and grime out of it. Okay. Take our hub out. Two caps, keeping the grease in there. I have a little bit of extra grease that I'm just going to shove in there. That way I don't have to pump so much in. Take a little, just kind of pre-coat this. All the way back to where the rear bearing sits. Oop. I'll take a little bit more. Turn this over. Actually, put this in through the front bearing. Just shove it in there. I said that way I don't have to pump so much in there. Okay. Take care of the cap off. It's already got the seal on the back, so we don't have to do anything. We literally just put this one on. Try to force this grease that I just put in here off the center of the hub a little bit. Okay, so that's back there. Clean the threads out as much as I can. Push the bearing in. And then in the rest of the box, we have the other pieces. So we're going to take the appropriate washer. I'm using the spindle nut. It's the D-shaped one. Put that on first. And take your spindle nut. Tighten that as much as you can by hand. And then if you have a large enough socket to go on top of it, the torque rating is 50 foot-pounds, I believe. But the instructions also say full hand force with a pair of pliers. So that's the way I am going about it. So you spin. Full hand force, and then you back it off. So after you back it off, it says finger tight. So it'll still spin. And then for the spindle nut application, you're not using the castle nut and a cotter pin, using this D-ring where it has a little tab. That little tab goes on the flat part of the spindle. And if you can't get it on at the right angle, just because the nut isn't really allowing it to be perfectly centered, so this edge is not perfectly in line, it's okay to back it off a little bit. See how it's not matching up there? So I need to back it off a tiny bit. So that this can get pushed on all the way. So that nut isn't going anywhere. So the next part is to pump more grease in it until you see grease coming out. So you want to make sure you fill in the rest of the bore space. And you want to rotate as you're filling it until it starts pushing out the front. So it can take a decent amount of grease, and I get to the point where I just pump a couple times, rotate. You don't want to pump too hard, so you can go slow and steady. That way you don't blow out the back seal. I'm starting to see it come out the front here. So I know I'm done at this point in time. So I'm gonna pop this off. So we're done at this point. All we need to do is take our Easy Lube hub, place it in place, and I need to grab my mallet. So you don't have to go crazy hitting this thing here. Just gentle love taps. If it goes in a little cockeyed, just make adjustments. If it goes in completely cockeyed, pop it out again. This one does not want to center. There we go. Get it fully seated. Take your rubber plug that comes in the kit. Feed it into the opening here. And you're pretty much done with the axle. What I like to do is kind of clean up the backside where the seal was. That way there's no additional grease just flinging out. And then clean up the side here where it might be leaking out the backside there. So at this point, you're done with the axle and you're ready to put your wheel back on. All right, drop this bad boy on the ground, torque these down, get everything cleaned up.